Councillor Lachance, be it resolved that Council for the Corporation of the Municipality of St. Charles hereby opens a special meeting of Council at 6 p.m. on March 11, 2026.
All those in favor? Carried. Today we have one councillor missing, Councillor Loftus. We would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Robinson Huron Treaty Territory, and the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Atikameksheng Anishinaabe. We also wish to recognize our neighboring community of Dokis First Nation. While we meet today, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of lands we each call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous people and their culture. Can I have a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda? Councillor Lachance, Councillor Potier.
Moved by Councillor Lachance and seconded by Councillor Potier, be it resolved that the agenda for the special meeting of Council held March 11, 2026 be adopted as presented.
All those in favor? Carried. Disclosure of pecuniary interest, Councillor Laframboise.
None, Your Worship.
Councillor Potier.
None, Your Worship.
Councillor Lachance.
None, Your Worship.
And none for myself. Any announcements from council?
None for myself.
No? All right. First report, 3.1.1, report to council, grant update, waste lift station. Prepared by Denis.
Yes, Your Honor. The grant that was applied for and received was for upgrades to wastewater systems and ensuring health, safety, and security of the system. In the package that I sent to council, there is a capital asset replacement. So in that particular table, they identified the generator to be replaced. It was an urgent replacement in 2025. And it was brought to council, and council viewed that. When the grant came forward, they had a short window for applying. I submitted the grant. In preparation of the grant, in discussion with Ontario Clean Water Agency, they identified the second lift station as being maybe not deficient, but not automated. So in an event of power failure, if we don't bring over the portable generator, which is at the garage, which unfortunately we should be exclusively used for that. They've been using it on jobs, so we need to have that piece of equipment dedicated for the lift station, and it's also aging because they did some damage to it, so we need a new one. So what he was suggesting is, since I'm applying for one, is might as well apply for both. We will do the electrical upgrades to do an automatic transfer of that at the station on Main Street, and have a dedicated generator sitting there. In the event of power failure, it would come on and work automatically. Because right now the process is power fails, and if it's in the spring when there's high water flows, you have only so many hours before it starts overflowing into the ditch, the receiving body. And at that point, it is a reportable overflow. And every time you do that, then it triggers at the ministry. So by doing the second generator at the second lift station, which he estimated around $30,000, and he's the one that came in with the total amount of money that I applied for. It was 107. Sorry, I don't have the report in front of me, which I should have prepared a copy. And that was the number I arrived to. So we are responsible for 27% of the grant, but otherwise we're 100% of 60,000, and it's overdue. So this is the best optimal, and they will be doing also cleaning out the electrical, because there are also electrical work that needed to be cleaned out, but it has to be related to the generators. So all in all, it's a positive win for the residents of the village, where a majority of the capital will be undertaken by this grant. So,
all right, thank you very much. Anybody have questions?
None for myself.
Let's see.
No.
For the balance, you know, what is it coming from a reserve? What you're thinking?
So yes, so we will only spend what's needed, and I talked to the treasurer. She's already identified it into the reserve for the the residents, the ratepayers that are paying into the system in user fees. It'll be coming out of that reserve, and there's sufficient reserves. So it's already built into the draft budget, which will be coming to council.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? All right. Therefore, move on to the bylaw. Can I have a mover and a seconder for the first and second reading of the bylaw? Councillor Lachance, Councillor Laframboise.
Moved by Councillor Lachance and seconded by Councillor Laframboise, be it resolved that Council for the Corporation of the Municipality of St. Charles hereby gives first and second reading to the following bylaws. Bylaw 2026-14 being a bylaw to enter into a transfer payment agreement with His Majesty the King in right of Ontario as represented by the Minister of Infrastructure.
All those in favor? Carried. Can I have a mover and a seconder for the third and final reading? Councillor Poitier, Councillor Laframboise.
Moved by Councillor Poitier and seconded by Councillor Laframboise, be it resolved that Council for the Corporation of the Municipality of St. Charles hereby gives third reading to and finally passes bylaw 2026-14.
All those in favor? Carried. To adjourn now, mover and a seconder. Councillor Poitier, Councillor Lachance.
Moved by Councillor Poitier and seconded by Councillor Lachance, be it resolved that the special meeting of Council of March 11, 2026 be adjourned at 6:07 p.m.
All those in favor? Carried. Meeting is adjourned.